The Chinese actually brought their cuisine almost intact to the New World. They built up trade routes. They started gardens all over the United States. And they really could get like authentic ingredients and make the food that they were used to back home. What happened is that Chinese food became popular with Americans and with non-Chinese. And these non-Chinese had certain tastes, and gradually the Chinese restaurant owners began to adapt Chinese food to American tastes, and bit by bit it changed. And now, of course, people would say that some of these dishes aren't Chinese at all, but they're all based on real Chinese food. The quality of the food in the restaurant depends on who's eating there. And if you go into the restaurant and see that most of the people are Chinese, and you look at the food on the plates and it looks like Chinese food, then that's, Chinese food. But in other places where most of the clientele is non-Chinese, then it's a different story. There's a lot of ingredients which were imported from China, and that's things like soy sauce, dried fish, pickled vegetables, like these sort of specialty flavorings. But
snow peas, baby corn.
Well, the snow peas and the baby corn, the baby corn was, of course, canned mostly. But snow peas and dishes like that, the Chinese outside a lot of cities with large Chinatowns, particularly San Francisco and New York, had market gardens. And these were, beginning back in the 19th century, and they began to grow the food that they were used to. I mean, they had seeds imported from China. But as Chinatowns began to dwindle in the 20th century, then those gardens also began to dwindle. So only, I think, around New York and San Francisco could you find them. Starting in the 1880s, immigration laws really restricted Chinese immigration until it was almost nothing. And that only began to open up after World War II. And the quality of the food was affected by immigration, as is always with ethnic food.